indeed for coming down and joining us this afternoon. As you know, it's the Port Authority's 50th anniversary this year. We started off in an Act of Parliament in 1958. So for the past couple of years we've been scratching our heads about ways in which we can now retire, who thought it would be a good idea, based upon what the Rotary Club had done in the town of Milford Haven, I think about 3 or 4 years ago, to celebrate their 100th international anniversary, which is to devise and put in a plaque which depicts the waterway. We thought that was an excellent idea, given that in the 50 years that we've been here as a Port Authority, Conservative Port Authority, the character of this waterway has changed. We hope it's improved, and what we have depicted here is how that waterway now looks to those of us who live alongside the waterway and all the visitors who come here. It points out some of the beaches. It also points out some of the historical features as well. I have just been party to a conversation that Peter's been having about whether he's got some of the dates right, because not only did he suggest this to us, but he's been instrumental. He's actually done this for us as well. And you have an opportunity to look at that, and Peter can describe it in a few moments. But not only does it depict some of the historical associations of the waterway, and being positioned here in Pembroke Dock is a recognition of the role that Pembroke Dock has played in the history of the waterway, a role and a history in Pembroke Dock that goes back much further, of course, than the 50 years that we have been on the scene as a Port Authority, as depicted by the Martello Tower there, or I'm told we should call it Martello Tower, Gun Tower, and the historic part of the Royal Dockyard there. So Pembroke Dock is certainly at the heart of the history of the waterway, and also at the heart of the future of the waterway, because I suppose the characteristic of something like this, no sooner are they produced than they are almost out of date. And this position here, in a couple of years' time, we will start to see some changes, because this morning at Pembrokeshire County Council, the planning consent for the Martello Quays development went through unanimously, which means that in a few years' time we'll be standing here and we'll be looking out on a completely different perspective of the waterway here, which will bring some revitalisation not only to Pembroke Dock but also to many aspects of what we have here in the port as well. So, thank you all for joining with us, and now if we may, I'd like to invite the Mayor to join me, if we can, in just sort of to the assembled gaze of us all. Thank you.
Oh, very nice.
Peter, has anyone to say about, given that you...
Chronological and historical, geographical in that it is a true representation of the waterway, and in fact it's the same scale of charts used by every mariner that comes into the port. It's he would actually navigate using a chart of this size into this port. So chronological, as Ted says, it is actually a snapshot in time. 2008, the 50th anniversary of the Milford Haven Port Authority.